welcome to Tiny Wave TV. I'm Fade, and I'm here to nag. You know, the harmless stuff. Definitely not to stab a bitch, even though I really wanted to after that finale. Yeah, fine. I watched Do You Remember Love? That helped. It's also helpful that we're starting off with episode 25. What an inspirational experience. Yes, you can choose love over hatred and revenge. Yes, green flags exist. Yes, you can be happily married. Did I write the script? What the The message was there, the visuals were like, huh? That park date was such an important thing, but she looks like, and he looks like, and the way they move, like, what is happening? The gravity systems crashed. This, y'all, we can agree, was the only kiss scene that mattered, and this was how they've tried. I can see that, but it was a bummer, you know? The wedding, though, that was fire. CEO entrepreneur born in 1964 could never. Also,
shut the up. Shut the
26, Britai steps forward.
停戦施設とはな、彼らにとっては予想以上のカルチャーショックだったのかもしれん。
Yes, the wedding was expensive, but it paid off. Hopefully you'll sponsor your own wedding next. Yours and Brita's. They make an exciting couple. And who would have thought Exodal could be this cute?
KYUUN 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 キラリ光って急降下 KYUUN KYUUN.
He even does the dance. That's dedication, you guys. My ultimate favorite part of the episode, though.
だから軍隊というのは身勝手なんだ。民間人のことなど考えてはいない。私はこのことを。林海軍君、ここは交渉の席だ。君の演説を聞くためにあるのではない。
Yes, tell him. Also, this was the episode where Mother started developing into evil stepmother, snitch into Bodozo, and thus the moment of crisis arrived.
Minmay, 僕君のこと好きだった。
Brother, you. Like his wording, his vibe, it was signaling some kind of growth, or so I thought, but then he let me down. He let me down big time. And now that I watch this part again, when Minmay comes in like, sorry, I'm in love with my cousin, he's like, no, it's fine. We live in two different worlds. It wouldn't have worked out. Bitch, did you even try? It sounds like he's just using that as an excuse for his complete lack of spine. I don't know, it feels like a twisted kind of denial. Because he knows he messed up by not speaking up. It just rubs me the wrong way. Let's say Kung Fu wasn't in the picture. Is the only thing stopping you from pursuing her really just the fact that y'all's lives are different? Was that the case when you pulled off your only useful deed in the entire show, saving Mista, and had moments like this, and this, and this? Disappointing loser. You know who never ever disappointed? The queen herself. Slay all the way into Bodozo's ship and back on Earth. Now 28 to 36, the post-apocalyptic era. Obviously a lot happened, but like the whole of it felt wrapped in this air of disillusionment. Everything is real and painfully so now that we have our feet on the ground. And then there's the MC's backwards development and a plot that's literally out to break my girl. I totally cannot watch the ED again without feeling upset by those visuals. And why the heck was she in this place in the first place? Girl, you the cleaner? Cause sure as hell you ain't the trad wife.
他に女でもこさえたのか。
そんな人いればいいですけど。
You're not. 2 years later, he's still chasing Minmay. Like he can't even commit to being obsessed properly. Meanwhile, she's stuck playing house with a man who's spiraling faster than her career. Did the guys in the show have to be this accurate? All I want is for my fictional man to be idealistic? Is that too much to ask? Damn.
私
え？
何のために歌ってるんだかわからなくなってきちゃった。
バカなこと言ってるなよ。車は裏口に回すから。
So dismissive? And it wasn't much better before. When she was fawning over him, he was cocky with those mean undertones. Now he's just outright mean. Like he feels comfy treating her however he wants. That's just disgusting. Global giving us a new mission couldn't have come at a better time. Anything to get away from the soap opera. And guess who's back in 30? My man Britai! All the Max and Milia goodies in this episode gave me life. Well, maybe don't throw the baby. That took years off my life. Anyway, at this point, they're the best thing about the show. After Macross herself, the queen will always be on top. But these two, you guys, even their voices go well together. Speaking of which, we got Milia singing. Beautiful. And listen here.
私は元ゼントラーディ軍兵士ミリア・ファリーナ・ジーナスだ。そしてあれがプロトカルチャーのマクシミリアン・ファリーナ・ジーナスだ。
Their last names? Alright, 31. The whole Myclone device situation, which wouldn't have turned into such a fiasco if Kung Fu wasn't so petty.
暴動を起こした人たちはこの町にマイクロン装置があることを知ってるのよ。きっと襲ってくるわ。
Common sense. Common sense! And this was what he had to say.
余計な取り越し苦労はするなよ。俺たちには関係ないことだ。
You stuck your nose in and made things worse. Now you say, none of my business. Unbelievable. It was so satisfying watching him get woman-handled in the next episode.
なかなか文化的な遊びだな。
Yes, stepmother. He then launched into one of his infamous speeches about the pointlessness of war, which was kind of funny, considering it was talking to the war for war's sake crowd. But it also carried that our way of life good, yours bad, do as we do kind of vibe. You know, not the smartest way to negotiate, especially when you're the hostage. Unsurprisingly, Kamujin wasn't having any of it. Tables have turned, huh?
仲間からの救助連絡が入ってますんで。何？
この文化今がいいとこだったのに。
Yeah, sucks to be culture blocked, for sure. Another highlight of this episode was this highly emotional scene. Yeah, I'm petty. So what? Got him, man-child. Alright, let me clarify. I thought it was ugly and disrespectful. I was yet to watch the next episode. Honestly, I don't know how to describe what I felt watching that scene. There was rage, there was heartache. I was literally in tears over how cruel he was. Like, bitch, she had opened up to you. You knew her relationship with her job was this complicated struggle she suffered through. And if all the crap you said weren't enough, you went and flirted with someone else right in front of her? You know exactly where to hit her, and you aimed right there, you piece of shit! The only way I'd forgive the disrespect would be if he fell to his knees and kissed the ground she walked on. But all he gave was a regular apology, which he could, roll, right? And shove up his... Yeah, at this point, I thought things couldn't get any worse. That 33 was the pinnacle of Hikaru's trashiness. But then, 34 said hello. Honestly, you guys, I wish these two were the endgame. He deserves someone who friend zones the hell out of him, chooses someone else over him, and then when things don't work out in her life, only then realizes his worth and comes back all entitled. Like, what? You got plans to this? Screw that. Why would you even want to go when I just showed up in your life? Know what I mean? And my girl Misa, she should have stopped trying to give love to someone else's dog and just forgiven the dog for being God knows how many hours late. Like, girl, you civilized. Girl, you cultured. I have no idea what kind of violent act I would... I've done that too. Yep, I've been that girl. Shame. I mean, I get it. I know the mindset, unfortunately, and I wish I didn't, but like, you don't want to ruin the day by making a fuss about things. Like, the day is already half ruined, so you just want to keep the peace. But they always make a move later that makes you regret ever being so forgiving and generous. All right, 35 and 36. What do I have to say? There were cool things, yeah. Kamujin raised havoc again, this time in a cultured manner, and met his dramatic, cultured end along with stepmother. Loved seeing the queen being her majestic self one last time. Now back to the triangle of hell. This wicked plot tortured my girl's heart all the way till the end.
帰るところがないの。お願い、ヒカル、お願いよ。
僕は構わないけど。
And as if bearing witness to a top-tier woman's descent into doubt wasn't hell enough, because ain't nothing like falling for an indecisive piece of shit. To fuel unresolved self-image issues, this is where they decided to finish the show.
引き止めなくてよかったの。
ええ、 民名って子は僕なんかにつなぎ止めておけませんよ。
What?
Alright, I'm not gonna say this one line ruined the whole show for me, but it ruined a lot of things. It was an insult to my girl Misa, a slap across my face, a middle finger to character development. Like, are you telling me it's all about we live in different worlds? That it can be so it won't. But if it could, then sure. A girl like Minmay, like, alright, I'm gonna stop being passive aggressive and just say it straight.
I don't trust her. I don't think she's a good person, and that's okay.
I hate to admit that there was one thing that came out of Kung Fu Brother's mouth that I actually agreed with. 34. When he was about to rid Girly of his pathetic existence, he said, "You only think about yourself." That just sums her up. And of course it's not wrong to put yourself, you gotta put yourself first. But like, using and abusing people based on your whims, hell no. Her coming back into Hikaru's life, like, let's go back to how it was. Yeah, back to when you ignored his feelings, because it was convenient for you. Now you want him back, why? Because it's convenient for you. The irony of her literally sending him off to war and now seeing how it affects her, telling him to quit? Girl, you don't need a man to feel like you again, to feel alive again. You need therapy or a vacation. You know who else needs therapy or a vacation? Misa. The two of them should have just ditched Hikaru and gone together. That would have been a proper ending. So yeah, she might have been a self-centered, immature brat, but she's still our idol, our cultural crusader. And I'm a girl's girl, just like my girl. So we shake on it and we good. Like, seriously, that was the only bright spot in that ending. Girlies are on good terms. Slay! Super Dimension Fortress Macross, what a weird experience. I keep saying that. There's no other word. It really is such a mixed bag. I can't say I didn't enjoy it. I did. A lot, in fact. Even though they ended things on a huge WTF moment, they did build a captivating foundation. I'm invested. I'm curious to see what the other series in the same universe bring to the table, especially if we get to see the characters we already know. Not Hikaru though. Screw him. You're like... When you put a character front and center as the MC, one would expect some extra effort in their development, right? You don't need to make him likable even. Give us trash, but well-developed trash. Convincing trash, like Minmay. Sorry. I kept thinking, what if they actually utilized his backstory, his past, to make his present more grounded? His motivations more grounded, rather than looking like he just woke up one day and decided on him. You know what I mean? Surface level. Like, in the end, he's basically a flat character standing where a round, more complicated one should be. Do let me know what you liked and or disliked about the anime. But one thing that I know we can all agree on is that the music is amazing. It's a whole show's saving grace, if you ask me. Now, allow me to present my ranking of the cultural phenomenon that is Miss Lin's discography from the series. Alright, at the bottom of the list, we have Cinderella. She's here not because she's not absolutely amazing, that where she was placed in the show, episode 4, she wasn't mind-blowing there. No, it's just like she didn't have a production accompanying her. So next up we have Kamujin's favorite song, which isn't mine. Then there's the Sucking Up to Hikaru song. Then we have My Beautiful Place. This I will always remember mostly with the instrumental of it. It was all over the show, and I love the fact that it was all over the show. Yeah. Silver Moon, Red Moon. We're getting to the good ones. Love the imagery with this one. Then there's the Kung Fu Brothers theme song. Such a catchy, fun song. I love the lyrics. They just crack me up. Sunset Beach, the grooviest Minmay track, especially those verses. The only reason it's here is because Zero G Love, I like the vocals on that more. Like, the vocals on Zero G Love are like so playful and fun. It's just such a playful and fun song. I love it. Number 2 is the classic among classics, and number 1, yeah, it's the ED. I just love the song. Like, I don't even care who sings it. It's just timeless. Beautiful. Yeah. Let's complete this list. In the next video, we'll be covering the movie. Till then,